Mobile gaming can disappoint you faster than you expect. One minute you're watching the trailer of a game that looks like console-level perfection, insane graphics, smooth animations, and the next minute you download it. You're sitting there in just home screen, and the phone is overheating, FPS dropping, battery draining, and you're wondering yourself, how can this happen even without playing the game? How much can a game be this unoptimized? Every time, even if it's not optimization, there are thousands of things a game can disappoint you with after updates, right? And then the same game you once enjoyed becomes frustrating to even open. So today, we're diving into something most rich people ignore, but every budget mobile gamer has experienced. We're diving again into top 5 mobile games that declined optimization part 2. I just want to say thank you to every single one of you for the insane support on the first part of this video. I genuinely didn't expect it to blow up the way it did while I was making the video. But there's something important I didn't answer in that video. Why did older generation mobile games run so smooth, but newer AAA titles are failing so badly? And despite having way more advanced technology, why do modern mobile games feel so unoptimized? I'm going to answer that at the end of this video, so make sure you're making it to it. But before we get there, here are the games that declined in optimization. Fortnite is the comeback story nobody saw coming, because if you told me 5 years ago that Fortnite would vanish from App Store, start a global legal war with Apple and Google, then just walk back like nothing happened, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are, March 2026, and Fortnite Mobile, it's back. Fortnite first dropped on mobile in 2018. And back then, it promised a full console-style battle royale in your pocket. The building, the art style, those crazy fast clutch moments, it felt impossible, and players flocked to it. On the positive side, it delivered something no one else could at that time. A true console experience on mobile, full crossplay with PC and console, same game, same lobbies, no compromises in. But then, optimization kicks in, and this is exactly where Fortnite struggled the most. Fortnite Mobile has always been inconsistent. In reality, the game is often locked around 30 FPS just to stay stable on most devices, and even on powerful phones, you still see FPS drops, stutters, overheating issues, sometimes even dipping to 7 or 17 FPS in intense fights. And the worst part is, after updates, performance doesn't improve. It often gets worse. Now let's talk about graphics, because yes, it looks ambitious, but it comes with some cost. On the good side, you're getting a full console-like Fortnite experience. A massive map, building mechanics, live events, advanced effects, detailed skins, smooth animations, but the downside is, graphics often get downgraded automatically. Resolution scaling drops, visual clarity becomes blurry, especially at distance. You'll notice poor draw distance, objects loading late, or just popping into the screen out of nowhere. For a massive number of players, it was an unexpected, unacceptable, and disgusting experience. And slowly, that's how Fortnite starts losing its stability. If you love that dungeon crawling, Elden Ring or Dark Souls style loot extracting PvPe fantasy on your phone, yeah, this one was the right game for you. Back in late 2023, Krafton, the company behind massive games like PUBG, announced they were bringing Dark and Darker to mobile, not the PC original from Iron Mace, but a mobile adaptation built by Bluehole Studio. Same dark fantasy vibes, same drop-in. Fight monsters, use powers, loot up, escape, or die tension, just in your pocket. We were all here for it. Pre-registrations exploded. Beta tests in August 2024 pulled in players from the US, Japan, Korea, and Turkey. But the actual gameplay? Not perfect. On high-end phones, the game runs surprisingly well, stable around 60 FPS on flagship devices like the iPhone 16 Pro. But on mid-range and low-end devices, that's where the problems start showing. Noticeable frame drops, especially during PvP fights and monster encounters where heavy VFX and lighting effects kick in. And even beyond performance, UI bugs, menus overlapping, touch inputs not responding properly, random crashes forcing you to restart the game multiple times. Then comes the control and technical limitations. This is a big issue players noticed. No proper controller support, and the UI feels cluttered and unoptimized. Even though the core combat feels decent, the overall user experience still needs polish. Some systems just feel unfinished. And on top of that, in June 2025, Krafton dropped another bomb. Dark and Darker Mobile was being rebranded. The new name was Abyss of Dungeons. Same game, same progress, but a completely new identity. Because reports pointed toward the ongoing legal drama between Iron Mace and Nexon over the PC version's IP. So this wasn't just marketing, it was damage control. And that shift, it hurt the mobile version badly. The originality took a hit, the identity felt confused, and eventually it started feeling like there was no real reason to keep this game alive, where the score is not looking very far. And right now in 2026, meaning in today's time, it's officially gone. Servers shut down on January 21. The game got delisted from app stores, pre-registrations closed, and the global hype train, it just stopped. You might still find APKs floating around, but without servers, it's just a beautiful game with empty dungeons. Warframe first teased its mobile version back in 2022. Then came the iOS launch in February 2024, and for iPhone and iPad players, it felt like a dream. Full PC-style co-op action, the fluid movement, the feeling of being a space ninja in your pocket. This wasn't a stripped-down port, it was the real deal with cross-play, cross-save, where everything is synced. But for Android players, we waited almost 2 years, until finally in February 2026, the global Android launch dropped. And then comes optimization. This is where things get interesting. Warframe Mobile is technically impressive, but strangely inconsistent. It can handle stable gameplay even during chaotic combat scenes. Later updates even introduced multiple options like 30, 40, and 60 FPS. Right now it's capped at 60 FPS. Maybe future updates unlock more. But on Android, this is where the real problems start. Optimization is clearly weaker compared to iOS. The game demands high-end chips like Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 or above for a smooth experience. And sometimes, it runs fine on certain Snapdragon 800 series processors, but instantly starts lagging on 700 series chips, which is honestly confusing, because some of these processors have very similar raw power. But in this game, one runs fine and the other performs terribly. Maybe it's a glitch or just poor optimization for certain device models, and this can be fixed later. But it surely creates inconsistency. Now, to be fair, at launch, the game didn't go into a complete disaster phase. But it's not perfect either. Some bugs and visual glitches are still there, and even though the graphics look impressive, they're clearly scaled down. You still get that fast-paced combat, heavy particle effects, and sci-fi environment. But compared to PC, reduced details, simplified textures, a lighter world design.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
It hurts to talk about Mission EVO because it wasn't just another clone, it was the ambition. The first Unreal Engine 5 survival shooter built for mobile, it looked like a PC game. It played like a PC game, console-level graphics, realistic gameplay. It genuinely felt like the future. Back in 2022 and 2023, this game was known as Project EVO dropped into closed beta. And players? We were hooked. Open world survival, base building, horses and vehicles, killing monsters and raiding enemy camps. PvP that actually mattered, that actually gave you that Apex Predator vibes in your server. And the graphics? Unreal Engine 5 on a phone. That wasn't just marketing, you could actually see it. They utilized dynamic lighting, day and night cycles, weather systems, realistic textures, that gritty, rust-like atmosphere, all inside your pocket. For a lot of us, it felt like a dream. Finally, a mobile survival game that didn't hold back. Because ambition comes with a cost. And on mobile, that cost is optimization. Officially, Mission EVO required a relatively recent Android device, but required didn't mean smooth. Players on flagship devices reported gorgeous visuals and playable frame rates. But if you were on a mid-range or older phone, that's where everything started falling apart. Built on Unreal Engine 5, it was simply too heavy for mobile. And the issues? They weren't small. Lag spikes, frame drops, stutters during combat, loading screens getting stuck at 0% or 89%, random crashes, server lags, constant reconnection issues. And that mid-level optimization, it was game-breaking. Frame drops during raids, stutters in firefights, phones heating up after just 20 minutes. In a genre built on tension, timing, reaction speed, or losing all your loot because you lost a fight, that kind of performance doesn't just hurt the experience, it completely destroys it. And then, the silence kicked in. Slower updates, quieter Discord servers, fewer patch notes. Then the silence kicked out in December 2023. Servers shut down, no extension, no last-minute revival, just lights out, and it abandoned one of the most ambitious projects ever. Now this one is a bit different. Call of Duty Mobile isn't exactly unoptimized, at least not in the traditional sense. A lot of players feel that way, but you have to understand, when it launched back in 2019, it was built for everyone. Low-end, mid-range, high-end, it didn't matter. Almost every mobile gamer could run it smoothly. And that's exactly why it became so successful. But fast forward to now, the game has evolved a lot. We're talking over 30 gigabytes of total size, thousands of skins, events, characters, maps, and major changes in movement, redesigning core mechanics. And recently, things like Rebirth Island, Resurgence, and DMZ-style modes have pushed the game even further. And that's where the cracks start showing. Higher frame drops, performance instability for mid-range devices, and for low-end players, it's pretty much over. So yeah, players are complaining about optimization. And it makes sense, because it feels like the game is slowly upgrading itself closer to a Warzone mobile-level experience. And that comes with a cost, because now, it may not be built for mid-end gamers anymore. It's slowly losing that smooth, accessible feel it had back in 2019. And that's exactly why it makes it onto this list, because it's changing. And whether that change is good or bad, the future will let us know. So, that was it, covering all the unoptimized games in this video. And about the question, I was willing to answer, because this video is getting longer, and what I'm about to tell is going to be very long, like above 8 minutes, I guess. So I'm planning about why not just make a dedicated separate video where it'll be more accessible for me and every one of you. The video title I'm planning is What Generation of Mobile Games Were Lucky, where I'll be talking about older to newer gen games and find out which gen of games succeeded the most. So for that, don't forget to like and subscribe, then hit that bell icon so you're making sure you're not missing anything. So that was the end of it. I'm Legacy. See you next time.